This is Gemara Baba Basra Daf Ayin Ches, and all the learning for this month, the month of Elul, the month when Hashem is Basada, Kadosh Baruch Hu is so close to all of us, has been generously sponsored as a Zchos Aliyas Neshama. For Aster Rizal Basra Meir B'Siyata D'Shmaya. Each and every word of Torah learned together, Torah B'Rabim, should bring Aster Rizal Basra Meir to a higher and higher place, and be a milatz yesher for the entire mishpacha. Rolling in the bottom of Ayin Zayin Mebeis Mocher Es Atzemed Loi Mocher Es Abakar. The Mishnah taught us that if you sell the yoke, the oxen are not sold together with the sale. However, Rav Yehuda the Chachamim argue whether we could look as the sale price as an indicator at all. Says the Gemara, Heichi Dami, what is the case of the Machlekes of Yehuda and the Chachamim? If they call a yoke and an ox, pshita, zimda zavinle, bakar lo zavinle. I tell you, I'm selling you a tzimda. So clearly, I'm not selling you a bakar, because that's what you call it. Vela, what must the case be? The karli name of the bakar simda must be that the word simda also references bakar. So then, kulei zavinle, then it's pasha that everything is yes sold. So what is the case that Rav Yehuda the Chachamim argue as to whether we can look at the sale price and determine whether the sale included the oxen or not? Says the Gemara, we're in a place where they indeed call the yoke a yoke, kula bakar bakar. So what's the kasha? But the economy, there are some that as well to kar bakar tzimda. So now it's confusing. So Rav Yehuda Savar, Adam Modim. Look at the cash. And if the cash is such that it seems they're both included, and they indeed are. For Rabbanan Savar, Ein Adamim Raya, the money is not a proof at all. So the case is a middle level. That of course, if it's clear, it's clear. But over here in this case, it is not clear specifically because there are some people that refer to it by the name Simda. Asks the Gemara, the Chachamim on the last line of Ayin Zayin Beis. V'yemein adamim rayom levi bitol mekach. Says Gemara, 1 second. If the money is not a raya, what do the Chachamim say? So Chachamim say the money's not a raya, and what's sold? Just the yoke. Says Gemara, 1 second. If the money's not a raya, then what happened? That means you got ripped off. That means you paid a lot more money for your yoke. So why? Is it not a simple case of a bittul mekach that the sale is null and void? Maybe you're going to suggest bittul mekach indeed. Yes! The sale is void. The Rabbanan laslu. Maybe. Excuse me. Maybe the Rabbanan argue. And they do not hold of the whole concept of bittul mekach. They don't hold that when you get ripped off, the sale is batal. Says Gemara, is that true? V'lai, is that true? But now we learned in a Mishnah. A Mishnah about Metzia Daf Tes of Yehuda Aimer HaMoicher Zevetera Beimer Bargali. If someone sells a scroll, an animal, or jewels, in the Mainah, there's no din of overcharging. That's Rabbi Yehuda. And what do the Chachamim respond? Amru Lai. Lai Amru Ela Es Elu. Say the Chachamim back to Rabbi Yehuda that only in those items and that Mishnah, Shavadim Karka, etc., that's when there's no Aina. However, Sefer Torah Behema Margalis says yes, Aina. So what do we see? We see clearly that the Chachamim indeed hold of the rules of Aina of overcharging. Says the Gemara, "My ain't damim raya." When the Chachamim said the money's not a raya, you know what they meant? Nami dekatani davi bitol mekach. You know what they meant? They meant that the sale is batal. Ein adamim raya, meaning the sale is batal. Teretz number 1, v'bay seima. Teretz number 2, Kemer Rabbanan Eino bitol mekach b'chdei shahidas toyeh. When do they say that? They say that in a case where it's possible that there could be such a mistake. There's such a mistake that one can never think it was a mistake. Why? Matana yoyev lei. Rather, we say it's a matana. If it's such an incredible deal of overcharging, it's not that you made a mistake. It's that I just meant to give you a raya, and that's what the chachamim would hold. And we continue with the Mishnah about 10 lines down, and Ayin Chesam and Aleph. Says the Mishnah, moving on to the sale of a chamar. The gear, the kalim of the chamar are not sold together. It is yes sold. Sometimes it is and sometimes it is not. If you see a donkey and there's the kalim on top of the donkey, he says, I want to buy this donkey, then it's the whole package. But if he says, sell me your donkey, then the kalim are not included. It's only going to be if you said zeh when you spoke out the sale that is happening. Says the Gemara, Amarula, what does it mean, kalim? Like is in the Mishnah, besak v'diska v'komni. The donkey sack, the saddlebag, the side saddle. Takam savas tam chamar l'rachav koi. Tanakama holds, what is a stam chamar there for? It's to ride. It's there to ride, and therefore this cargo gear, the sack, the saddlebag, etc., is not included in the sale. Whereas Nacham Amadei Savar Stam Chamar Lemasai Kai is to carry things, and therefore it's yes included. Aval, however, the items that are used stop for the chamar to ride, the saddle, the blanket, the girth, the breast strap, those items are clearly sold. Meaning the machlekes is only on items that help the donkey in transport. So we have a machlokes whether a stam chamar is for transport. But if it's the items that are utilized stam to ride the chamar, then it is indeed sold together with it. Meisvei asks the Gemara on Ula, the way that Ula explained the Mishnah. Chamar ve'kelim ani moichelachom. Says the Brayis, Rizal Macher, it's what? So clearly from the Brayis, those were the items that were upon dispute. If he says, then so clearly, what do we say? See, time that we're chamar v'kilav udikani ukavar das. Halay amar leachi. Lo, you would not be kind of yet. You Ula said that in all cases, look in the mardas, the items used to ride the donkey are sold. Answers the Gemara, no. Huadin. Like huadin, the same thing is true. Really, in all cases, they are sold. So how are we going to answer the kasha of a kamash? So you know what the chiddush is. That's what? These are the only items that are sold. That's what the Brayis is speaking out, that these items would not be sold together with him. You know what the komni is markavta dinashi, it's the saddle that women use to ride the donkey, and therefore the Gemara says we do not have a kasha on Ula. Ibayilo continues the Gemara 6 lines from the wide lines. What is the case of the machlokes Tanakama and Nachman Amadei in the Mishnah? Why do you love machlokes when the item is on the animal? There's a machlokes. But if it's not on the animal, then Nachman Amadei is asking to the chachamim that it's not sold. I did the reverse. When it's on it, that it's yes sold. So what is the machlokes in the Mishnah? Tashaman, the last narrow line, says the Brayis of His said he and everything that's on of it, then everything is sold. Says the Gemara, if you're going to tell me the machlokes is when it's wearing it, then the Brayisa is the Rabbanan. Is even a machlokes when the animal is not has these items on its back. Then what? Now we don't have any time in this Brayisa. So the Gemara wants to prove that the machlokes is only when the animal is wearing the items. Responds the Gemara, no raya. And really, I'll tell you, it's a sheet of the Rabbanan. Ve'ema. We have to add into the Bryce, you know what it means? Ubizman sha'amar lo yu'uv kol ma she'roi liyaisalah. It doesn't mean it's actually on it. It means anything that is roi to be on it. So we don't have a raya. When is the machlekes, whether it's actually wearing, when it's actually, is it only when these items are on the animal or not? Continues the Gemara, Tashema. Let's try to figure it out from the Mishnah itself. What did Rav Yehuda say in the Mishnah? There are times that it's sold, that it's time that it's not. My love. So says the Gemara, do we not see from Rav Yehuda? My love, am I the Kamer Tanikama Rav Yehuda? Am I the Kamer Tanikama? Koi Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda is talking back to the Tanikama, and therefore he's saying the gear is on the donkey, and that's what Rav Yehuda says. Pamim mechurin, pamim eina mechurin. So clearly, what do we see? We see that the machlekes is going to be when the first part of the Mishnah is when the items are on the donkey. Says the Gemara, no, Raya, loi, Rav Yehuda, you know what he's talking about as we turn over to Ayin Chesam and Beis, Milsa Achriti Kama. Rav Yehuda is saying his own din, but it will not prove that which the Tanakama and Nachum Amadai are arguing about. So we don't yet have a Raya whether the machlekes is when the donkey is wearing the items or not. Continues the Gemara on the top line of Ayin Chesam and Beis, Ravina L'Ravashi Tashem. Let's bring a Raya that the machlekes is when it's not on the animal. Says the previous Mishnah, Machas HaKaroin. When you sell a wagon, Lo Machas HaPradis, the mules. V'tani Rav Tachliva B'Marava, Kamei de Rav Avua, Machas HaKaroin, Machas HaPradis. V'amar Lei. And over there, Rav Avua said to Rav Tachliva, V'anan Loi Machar Tenan. V'amar Lei is Maye, should we delete the Brisa? V'amar Lei Loi, no, don't delete it. Explain your Mishnah that the mules are attached to the wagon, and that's what we can reconcile. So what do we see, says Gemara? Mechlal, from the fact that he had to explain a chiddush. Say the Mishnah is when it's attached, Mechlal de Masnisa, and it's when it's not attached. B'she'ena dukin bai, when it's not attached. So suggests the Gemara that we have a parallelism between the previous Mishnah and our Mishnah. That if the previous Mishnah, the two items are not connected, so to in our Mishnah. Says the Gemara, no. Second line. Adrabah, second wide line. Ema Reisha. Maybe that's only in the Reisha. Excuse me. Ema Reisha. Go back to the prior Mishnah. What did the previous Mishnah back at the beginning of the Barak say? Loi machalos avadim los antiki. The avadim are not sold, nor the antique of Armin. And we said, my antiki amar abba iska digaba. It's the merchandise that's on the boat. So what do we see from that Mishnah? The items are on the boat. So we have one Mishnah that implies it's yes on top of it, one Mishnah that's implied that it's not on top of it. Hello, so what are you going to have to say? We don't have a raya from the Mishnah, so must be each Mishnah has its own case. So the Gemara is stuck as to try to figure out what is the story in our Mishnah. Is Nachman Badi the Tanikama arguing only when the items are attached to the donkey or not? Amar Abaye, Rav Lazar Ashbak. Says Abaye, Rav Lazar Sheming Am Never Rav Nazar Zuchus Zachamodai. Kulam Svira Lo Ki Mizavin in Shemidi Ivchotash Mishta Mizavin. When you sell something, everything is sold together with it. Rav Elazar did Tanan. Rav Elazar that we learned in the Mishnah. Rav Elazar Emramiches Bisa about an olive press. Machras Akari, you get the beam. Rashbag is the Tanan. Rashbag Emramiches Ayir. Machras Asantor. That if you sell this city, you sell the center of the city. We learned this from Meir, the Tanner, Meir, Machras Akari, Machras Ashmishay Akarem. You get the vineyard's accessories of Nasav Esopchas basis Vidugis Nachmamadei Odamaran that it's sold together with it. So we don't have a raya. We have numerous Tanayim that hold that everything is sold together. We continue 4 lines from the Mishnah. Rav Yehuda Aimer Pamim Mechurim Pamim Eina Mechurim. Rav Yehuda concluded the Mishnah. Sometimes it's sold in not, and we said it depends on the words that you said. Say Chamar Zeh or you just say Chamar. Says the Gemara, I don't understand. Ma'ishana, what is the difference? Chamarcha zu, ma'ishana chamarcha hu. What's the difference? Is it your donkey or this donkey? Amarava chamarcha zu. If you say this donkey, Says Rav Yodel Chamar Dideyu, you know that it's his donkey. So why are you adding the word zo? Misham Caleb, because you want to include that also the Kalim are sold with it, Kamarle. Chamarcha, but when you say Chamarcha, who? Then what? You know what this donkey is his. You just say, I just want to buy the animal that you're selling to me, and therefore you will not get the kalim that are on top of it. We're holding it the Mishnah, smack in the middle of the wide lines, and Ayin Chasam at base. Says the Mishnah, Moiches Chamar, continuing cases of selling an item, what is included in the sale, says the Mishnah, Machers Asiyach. If you sell the chamar, the siach, the foals included machar zapara, lo machar esbina, machar ashva, machar zvala. If you sell a garbage, an ashma dump, you get the manure. Machar bar, machar meimel, the water. Machar kaver zabiyav, machar devarim, the bees come together with it. Machar shayvach, you sell a chicken coop, a dove coat, machar yevanim, the doves are included in it. Says the Gemara, Heichi Dami, what is the first case of the Mishnah? He says when you sell the machares para, you don't get bina. So if you said he ubina, I want to buy it and the cow and the child, then what? Avilu para ubinanami. Then of course both are included. And he then even in the first case, it said machares chamar, you don't get the siach, which is the child of the chamar. Shall also not be included. Slimar doesn't understand. Why? By the chamor you get the child, by the party you do not. Amar Rabba explains Rabba the Amar lei chamar manika bar manika ni ma'ichlach. The seller says, I'm selling you a nursing cow or a nursing donkey. So beishlam a party klememer lechelva. You want to buy the chamar for its for its milk. El chamar my kamerli. When it came to chamar, why are you telling me that it's nursing? Shema mina must be ubena kamer lady. He said that today that you're getting the child as well, and that's why in the first case of the Mishnah, when you buy the chamar, you get the siach together with it. But my car le siach, why is the child of a chamar called the siach? She mahalech achar sicha no, because if I was one who calls it with gentle talk, that is the offspring of a chamar. That's why it comes to the term of siach. We'll stop over here and we'll pick it up from here. B'siyata dishmaya.